Justin Trudeau heads to Washington for the first state dinner for a Canadian Prime Minister in almost 20 years.
We have something going that's so good. We should grab each other and we should unify the party.
Donald Trump has no problem handing it to his competition, and Bernie Sanders gets a critical win in Michigan.
Let me take you.
And the man known as the fifth Beatle, music producer George Martin, has died. Hi, and welcome to Humber News. I'm Giancarlo DiPaco, coming to you from our newsroom here at Humber College North Campus. Justin Trudeau is on his way to Washington for the first state visit of a Canadian Prime Minister in nearly 2 decades. He'll arrive this afternoon at Andrews Air Force Base. And tonight, he's the star guest at a private dinner and reception. Tomorrow, he will attend a black tie state dinner with President Obama.
We covered a wide range of topics, as is befitting the strong friendship between our two countries.
Trudeau will receive an official welcome from U.S. President Barack Obama tomorrow at the White House, then be a guest at a lunch hosted by the U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry. Tomorrow night is the big state dinner, the highlight of the trip. He says he wants to maintain a good relationship with the U.S. Another day in the U.S. primaries, and Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton split the Democratic vote. Sanders won in Michigan and Clinton in Mississippi, which means she and Donald Trump are still moving toward going head-to-head in the election. But that doesn't seem to be putting a damper on Sanders' hopes. Michigan was crucial to keep Sanders a serious contender. He says he wants to show the world just how involved Democratic voters are.
Show the world that democracy is alive and well with a huge voter turnout. Huge. And I'm talking about a huge voter turnout.
Though the Democrats only had 2 states to worry about, the Republicans had 4. Trump was able to dominate Hawaii, Mississippi, and Michigan, but Ted Cruz took Idaho. Trump says that if Clinton makes it, he'll beat her easily.
Hillary is going to be very easy to beat. She's a very flawed candidate. Very, very flawed candidate. And it's going to be, I believe it's going to be a very, very easy target. If she's allowed to run, because there's a real question as to whether or not she's even going to be allowed to run.
Mini Tuesday takes place next week with a total of 8 primaries, including high-stakes Florida and Illinois. A neighborhood in Seattle has been rocked by an explosion. The blast occurred early Wednesday morning north of Seattle's downtown core. Firefighters were responding to reports of a gas leak when the explosion occurred. It leveled 3 businesses and blew out the windows of others. The explosion caused the surrounding neighborhood to be evacuated. Officials say 9 firefighters suffered minor injuries from flying debris. Legendary Beatles producer Sir George Martin has died at the age of 90.
It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog.
Martin produced 30 #1 singles in the United Kingdom and 23 in the United States. In 1962, Martin signed the Beatles to his record label Parlophone after several other record labels had turned them down. He was knighted Sir George Martin in 1996 and inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1999. Beatles member Ringo Starr announced Martin's death late last night. And here at home, another loss. Canadian hero Terry Fox's dad, Rollie Fox, has died at the age of 80. Fox has played a critical part in carrying on his son's legacy of cancer research and fundraising. News out of Dubai today, a prosecutor says alcohol and speed were factors in a Ferrari crash that killed 2 Canadians and 2 others. Cell phone footage shows the Ferrari engulfed in flames after it crashed into a lamppost. The head prosecutor of Dubai's Traffic Public Prosecution says all those killed in the crash had been drinking. Canadian boxer Cody Nixon and his cousin were killed in the crash. On his Instagram account, Nixon posed with the car saying, "Just landed in Dubai and picked up the Ferrari. Don't worry, I won't speed." Boston bombing survivor Victoria McGrath and her roommate were also killed. Back home, a TTC employee wanted by the police was found dead Monday morning. Police confirmed yesterday that the body of 47-year-old Darren Padilla was found in the Halliburton County area. Padilla, formerly known as Darren Late, faced 2 counts of possession of child porn and 1 count of accessing child porn. He was considered armed and dangerous. Police are not treating his death as suspicious. As of today, it's a lot cheaper to take the Union Pearson Express train. The fares have been slashed by more than half. Now, the price to go from Union Station to a Pearson without Presto card is $12, a big difference from $27.50. The drop in price was decided last month in an effort to attract more riders. The UPX launched in June and daily ridership has been dropping ever since. In December, only 2,200 people a day were riding the train. Another day, another problem for TTC riders. A new report shows that public transit is unreliable much of the time and the schedule just doesn't add up. Humber reporter Christiana Chan has the story.
According to recent reports, TTC vehicles are late 53% of the time. They haven't been making positive headlines lately after releasing their top list of crimes, bed bugs, and now this.
Despite TTC being late most of the time, I found out students don't seem to really have an issue.
It can be late, but I feel like it's not like substantially late that it becomes like a problem.
Usually I come here around 9 o'clock and it's never really late. It usually takes about 5 minutes for it to come, but I really don't see a difference.
But that doesn't mean everyone is happy with the inconsistency.
The TTC is always late, so it affects my commute to school, and usually I end up getting late for class.
Looks like my bus isn't on time. Christiana Chan, Humber News.
A computer program created by Google has surpassed expectations and taken artificial intelligence to another level. The program called AlphaGo beat one of the world's top Go players. In the first of 5 matches, AlphaGo beat a South Korean professional in a game called Go. It's a complex board game popular in Eastern Asia. This is the first time a computer has ever beaten a human at the game.
We're very, very excited about this historic moment, and we're very pleased with how AlphaGo performed.
Google executives say AlphaGo is programmed to guess human intuition. Scientists have been working toward making computers think more like humans so that one day they can work in fields like healthcare and scientific research. When we come back, we'll tell you what's happening in the world of sports, and Tamara Shade will have your 3-day forecast.
It's a beautiful day in the city. However, we could be looking at a 40% chance of rain, so keep your fingers crossed. I'll have your 3-day forecast at 2.
But first, a solar eclipse has dazzled people on the other side of the world, and they're going to have to wait a long time to see another one. NASA created this animation showing the path of the moon as it traveled across the sky to block light of the sun. Indonesia has front row seats to the spectacle. Scientists say the next total solar eclipse is expected in August 2017. And the US will have the best view of that one. Indonesia hasn't seen an eclipse since 1983 and won't see another one for 33 years.